What's going on, everybody? Jackson Roberts here with your sports. Glad you could join us on this Sunday evening. We figured with little to report on, the next best thing is evoking a little nostalgia to help remind us of what it is that makes sports special and the moments we hold closest. If there's just one silver lining of us getting to do this now, it's that we get to share one of North Dakota hockey's more memorable games in recent history. Let's take you back to the 2016 Midwest Region Championship game. That was against Michigan in Cincinnati. To the second period we go. We're tied at 1 in front of a full crowd, and Luke Johnson had a goal in the previous game against Northeastern, and he's got one here. He finished the year with 11. UND would take the lead. Third period, tied up, this time at 2. Rhett Gardner. His 11 goals on the year were the 4th among freshmen in the NCHC, and he had 2 in the tournament. Same score. A little later, Colton Sanderson, the senior, 7 goals after January 19th, none before in 25 career collegiate games. Not a bad time to get hot. Fighting Hawks would capture the Midwest Regional crown and propel themselves to the Frozen Four. It wouldn't be worth it not to complete this picture by telling you how it all wrapped up. And that image right there describes just how it ended for the Fighting Hawks in a nutshell, who capped off the 2016 campaign with their 8th national title in Brad Berry's rookie season at the helm. They didn't lose a single game when leading after 2 periods, and as a whole, rounded out the season with, get this, an .818 winning percentage. That's their second best mark in program history. With everything put to a halt temporarily, one of the big concerns facing teams is how they handle rosters. With an agreement reached between the MLB and the Players Association on Friday that includes a stoppage on transactions, the Twins made a few adjustments right before. Minnesota reassigned more than a dozen non-roster invites to the minor leagues a few days ago in order to configure their camp roster. A few of those names are top-tier farm talent. Shortstop Royce Lewis, the first overall pick in the 2017 draft, Bomba Squad's #1 prospect and the 10th overall by league rankings, was sent down to the minors along with their second and third best, Alex Kirilloff and Trevor Lanark. All 3 of these guys spent last season in AA and were projected to reach the majors in the near future. We mentioned an agreement between Major League Baseball and the Players Association. Here are some key bullet points. If there's a season, players are going to receive a full year of service time for any amount of games played, which impacts arbitration eligibility and free agency. But every player on an active roster right now gets a full year regardless of whether or not there's a season. And on the last note, if there is one, pay is prorated. So guys, a little bit of positive news coming from the MLB, and it does contrast with what you see around the country with people losing their jobs, unfortunately.
Yep. Thanks, Jackson.